Hey, it's Rich, the Louisiana hobby guy. You know, the video that I did last week and also the towel cross and some of the other videos I've done, I've gotten some feedback where people say, well, you know, you're going to do anything but Christian. And well, I'm Christian, so that's what, that's what I do. But last week, in last week's video, I said if you had any comments or if you wanted to see something different, just let me know. And I'm happy to do any religion. So I did get a couple of comments in the comment section, as well as a few private messages and a couple of emails. And so I decided that today I'm going to do all religions. All religions are welcome here. And that's pretty much the way I feel. You know, like I said in the last video, we all report to the same big guy. So uh, it's all the same thing to me. And I decided that I'm going to do a sign for the shop. And it's going to say all religions are welcome here. And I'm going to share that file with you today. You'll be able to download it straight from the show more section of the video below. So without further ado, it's just going to be a sign with little symbols of each of the 7 major religions. And you can get this file for free. You don't have to go to my store and buy it or anything else. And it'll be below the video. So let's jump into Lightburn and get started. All right, so here we are in Lightburn, and this is the file that you'll get. And this file is a sign. And what I've done is I've created some holes in the wood here. First I created the sign, and these are the 7 major religions. So you got the Star of David, the Wheel of Dharma, the Sikh Khanda, and you know, I don't know if I pronounced these right or not, so don't yell at me for that. The Hindu Om, the Islam moon and star, the Christian cross, and the atheist. Well, I guess that's the symbol of an atom, so or almost the symbol of an atom, anyway. But what I've done here is I've created a cut path. And this is, if I select this, almost 12 inches wide. And I kept it under 12 inches because I know a lot of people use 12-inch hobby wood. So it's just under that 12-inch if you look up here at 11.7, and should work fine on any 12-inch wood. I did it out of 6mm plywood and came out perfect. So basically all you've got here is an engraved path and the cut path, and I've got the file down below the video. If you look in the show more section of the video, there'll be a direct link to this file so you can download it and burn it right away. These names on here, these are on a tool path T2. You're not gonna have to worry about those at all. That's just for your own reference in case you want to know. They're not going to burn, they're not going to output, they're not going to frame or anything. Yeah, there you go. This is the entire file. Just to give you a little trick on positioning in this, so these are 7 squares down here, and this is 1 rectangle on the top. And I've done this in a way where I've put the squares on top of the rectangle to save a little bit of time. Lightburn won't cut both out. And the way that I did that was first I selected everything here like that, and then if you zoom way in on the corner, you can see that there's one line on top of the other there. See the difference in this line right here? So if I hover my mouse over here until it becomes a selector, I can move this out like that, and you'll see that there is the different lines. And then if I just hold the control key, see how it's jumping around, snapping? If I hold control, that'll stop, and I can bring this right up to very gently with my mouse till where it is overlapped. And let me zoom in. Oh, that happened to drop right in the perfect place. You want this one to be a solid line here. And maybe it's off just a hair, so I'll click it again and get it right where I want it, right there. So now you can see that, and maybe it's still off just a hair, which is not a big deal at this point. It makes really no difference, but I'll try and move it in anyway. Let me click on it, and move it to right about there. There we go. Now we're in the right spot. So it's perfectly overlapped. Lightburn will not cut two of these if you have your optimization settings right. And if we come over to the laser tab over here and click on optimization settings, in here you're going to see something that says cut inner shapes first, and you should have this ticked off. So we want to do that because we want to cut the little circles out first. Okay, down at the bottom here you're going to see remove overlapping lines. This one may not be ticked on, so just go ahead and tick it on and make it green, and now you can be sure that it's not going to cut double lines over here, and that just, you know, makes the job a little faster. I'm also going to put these in a couple different file formats. I know some people that watch my channel do not have Lightburn. They use different software. So I'll put these in a couple of other formats. This way you can download the whole package. It'll be a zip file below the video, and you can burn it on any device that you want. But I also have this as an art library, so that's another thing that you can do. You can download the art library. You don't have to worry about the font up here. The font will embed with the file. You just won't be able to change the wording that's in here. If you did want to change the wording, here is the font that I used up here. Fust and Schufer Durandusgatic. Okay, so I got that at defont.com in case you want to go look there. If you want to change the font on this, you'll have to get another font. You will get an error message if you open the Lightburn file saying that the font is not found. Don't worry about that if you're not changing the text, because these words up here will be embedded in this font. So you don't have to worry about that at all. So now I've got that video running already of the burn, and it's actually a repurposed video. I was doing a video for a battery UPS and running the machine on the UPS. So that video, I've set this up a little differently than I have here, changed some of the different settings and made it run as long as possible, but I've gone ahead and speeded up that video so you can actually see the burn up top, and you can stick around if you want to and watch the entire hyperlapse video of the burn, or you can just, you know, quit now and click on show more and download the file and get to work. But there is more coming, so don't go anywhere just yet. I'm going to show you how I put all of this together and what I used to hang the little squares from the big rectangle, and I think you're going to enjoy it. All right, so now that we've got the burn out of the way, let's talk about the assembly for this. And I want to show you, I got a little bit creative with hanging these from the main sign. So let's jump into that and see how I did it. So all I've done for this demonstration is I've gone to my little earring kit, and I've gotten one of these little earring pieces from it, as you can see. Over here is the kit. You can pick them up on Amazon. They're really cheap, and you can make lots of stuff with this. You could use this for all kinds of things other than earrings. For this demonstration, I'm just going to show you how I attach these to here. And all I did was I took the earring and passed it through the hole in the back, like so, all the way up to this hoop. So I hope you can see that. And now I've got it sticking out the front. I'm just going to bend it out, make it almost straight, sort of straight. I'm going to take my last piece here, and I'm going to feed it through the front and get to a point, bend it down a little bit, get to a point where I think is the right spot. And I'm not trying to be perfect here. Just enough space to let it hang equally with the others, and then just start bending it from the back side. And right there looks about good. And now I've bent it over on the back side like that. As you can see they're all bent over, some of them not far enough quite, but when you hang it this way, it hangs very nicely. And there we go. So there's all of our little hanging pieces on the sign ready to put up. And then of course you just need to go ahead and put something up on the top, maybe to hang it. You know, gotta be creative. But yeah, so there it is. That's the final product right there, and I think it looks great. I think the project came out great. All right, so there's the whole video, and you know, I really like this sign because when I put it in my shop, if anybody comes to visit, they know that there's no bias here. To me, it doesn't matter what religion you are, what race you are, what color you are. None of that makes any difference to me. And I got the inspiration for this sign from not only from the viewer comments and messages that I got and emails, but also for a friend of mine who's a Pakistani and has a food store. And I think this would be the perfect sign for him to hang on the cigarette shelves that are right behind the sales counter. I think he's really gonna like it. So I'm gonna make another one of these for him. And I'm gonna finish this with shellac. So shellac makes a brand of finish that looks absolutely gorgeous. You know, it is high quality, high gloss, and I think this would look marvelous. And it just kind of changes the tint of the color of the wood slightly enough where it appears like it's got a very light oak stain on it. So that's what I think I'm going to do. I'm going to make another one for him, finish that one in shellac. I think I'm going to finish the one in the shop in shellac as well. But I wanted to take a minute before I forget and update you. I got a lot of feedback on the Rollei Lasermatic 10, and in fact they sold out of all of their stock within 8 hours of the video that I published a week and a half ago. And they have reorganized the factory. They've gotten some new space. They're hiring more employees. They're setting up training and you know, just a larger facility so that they can keep up with the demand, because this is such a great laser. It's the one that I used in this video. And they do have a pre-order site set up. Now, I did tell lots of people about the pre-order site already, so February's, at the time of this video, February's pre-orders are already sold out for the machines that are going to be ready at the end of this month. But the March pre-orders are still open. So I'm going to put a link down below in the Show More section where you can go and pre-order the Lasermatic 10 if you like, and get in on that March, end of March production date, so you can get yours as soon as possible. I think also the end of April is about where they're going to be getting into full production, where it'll be available full-time on Amazon, and you'll be able to get one for yourself. But I got to tell you that this, I've got a couple of 100 hours on this machine now, and this is absolutely the finest machine that I've ever used, the finest diode laser I've ever used. So treat yourself to a new laser. If you've got an old one, maybe you've got one that gives you a lot of trouble, go ahead and scrap that, put it up on Facebook Marketplace, sell it, pick yourself up a Lasermatic 10. It is without a doubt the best diode laser engraver that I have ever personally used. So that's about it as far as the video goes. I used the 12-inch wood. I used 6mm 12-inch wood for this project, and I have the earring kit that I used as well. I think it's 2,900 pieces. I'll put links to that down below the video as well. And you can do lots of stuff with this earring kit. There are lots of things that you can become creative and use these parts for, and especially in laser engraving. So I highly recommend. I think it's 12 bucks for 2,900 pieces. You know, it's incredible value. And I've gone through 3 of these kits already in the last year doing different projects with them. So it's something that's great to have on hand. And it's also, for this project, the perfect way to hang these up. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed today's video as much as I enjoyed making it for you. And as always, I thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.